Happy Pokémon Day! Or depending on when you're watching this, Happy Pokémon Day! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pokémon Day, you probably guessed that from the intro, and the 8th generation of the Pokémon video games has been announced. It is going to be Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield. We've just had the official announced trailer, so let me walk you through it and share what we know and speculate about what we don't. So starting off, the names, as I previously mentioned, are Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield. This is slightly strange given that Aegislash is a thing which has a shield form and a sword form. Little bit weird. It's a very explicit reference to one particular Pokemon. Having said that, before we had Sword and Shield, we had Sun and Moon. And, well, frankly, we had Solrock and Lunatone, so maybe that's not too weird. It is going to be set in the Galar region, and it looks fun. It's also clearly the UK. Like, clearly, super obviously the UK. Now, if we compare this side by side with the UK, it is not the exact same shape. But come on, long, thin, vertical. It's clearly the UK. Incidentally, if you look at the clouds around here, we always see clouds around the edges of Pokemon regions. You'll notice that there exists nowhere, and believe me, I have looked, a proper map of the Pokemon world as a whole. I don't know for a fact, but I strongly believe this is a deliberate decision on the part of the Pokemon Company, because actually, they don't want to limit their options. They want to make sure that they can do essentially whatever they want, whenever they want. So we always get this around the edge of regions. We don't know where this fits in, and they're not going to tell us. Now, the fact that it's based on the UK is also evident from a lot of the things we saw in the trailer. We saw this screenshot, which is clearly London. Like, that is London town. It looks kind of like turn of the century London town. It looks a bit old school London town, but believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that is very much London town. We've also got countryside, which is actually described in the direct as idyllic. Nobody has ever used that word to describe anything other than the British countryside. And any of you that are in the UK or are from the UK or have been to the UK, if you spend any time outside of towns and cities, this is what the UK looks like. My prediction was that it was either going to be based in the UK or in Australia, and clearly the UK. We've also got the seasons things going on here, which incidentally reminds me very much of the recent Forza Horizon game, which was based in the UK and played around with seasons. We've got some snow places. Yeah, that's right. There are bits of this map covered in snow. I mean, there's always snowy mountains somewhere, aren't there? Be weird if they weren't. Even the Alola region went and had Mount Lanakila and all of that. So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. The snowy mountains are there in force. But close to my heart, we also got shown a mine. Now, don't know how many of you know much about the UK. Mining's a big part of the UK, but especially tin mining down in Cornwall. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Cornishman. We are big on our mining. I live in the capital of Cornish mining. There are actually signs, I kid you not, which refer to it as the world capital of Cornish mining. How can you have a world capital of Cornish mining? That makes no linguistic sense. Just the capital of Cornish mining. Or the world capital of mining. That will do fine, ladies and gentlemen. That will do fine. I, for one, want to be running around in mines. That would make me rather happy indeed. We did get shown a grass-type gym. I mean, it wasn't confirmed as a grass-type gym, but it's clearly and obviously the grass-type gym. And we also got shown what looks like a football pitch, or as Americans watching would call it, a soccer field. Again, not confirmed as such, but that's clearly a football kit. I'm going to say football. If you're not British, imagine I'm saying soccer. So you're wearing a football kit, you're going into a football stadium. Maybe this is just a thematic thing. Maybe this is just a fancy way of having Pokemon battles, it might be, and you'll notice that the grass symbols around the side there do make it look like it might actually just be the inside of that grass gym, especially given that the grass gym is clearly stadium shaped. So it might just be that you have to dress like that to go in the grass gym. I like to think there'll be some kind of football element to it, some kind of mini game like we've had Pokemon contests in the past. A football mini game would make me extremely happy. But let's be clear, look at the outside and the inside, look at the symbols. This is clearly the inside of that gym, though it was shown at a slightly different part of the trailer. We also have a hill figure here. Now, hill figures are a very English thing. Again, more blatant signpost that this is in fact set in the UK. The mountains are not from England, incidentally. They're Scotland. But, you know, same kind of deal. And we see these all over Plymouth Hoe, Cambridge, Oxford, etc. These are very much a British thing. Figures cut into the hillside. And I'm calling it now, this is a legendary. This is one of the legendaries from Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. It's got to be. Who could resist the opportunity to sneak a peek of a legendary in as a hill figure? Not buying it. Now, it does look vaguely like Kecleon. There is a little bit of Kecleon going on here, but I am calling it now. And if I'm wrong, and you know it, then feel free to correct me in the comment section later on. I am calling it that is one of the legendary Pokemon from Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield. Incidentally, if you do look at the logos for these games, there does seem to be a bit of a hint of one of the legendary Pokemon from the game in the logos here. Don't know much about it. Looks like some kind of dragon. Again, I don't know how many of you know too much about the history of the UK, but St. George, the patron saint of England, literally took down a dragon. If there isn't a dragon legendary in this game, something has gone drastically wrong. But we also had the starting Pokemon revealed, although we really should be saying first partner Pokemon. That is the term. We've got Grookey, we've got Scorbunny, and we've got Sobble. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got my ranking. So in at number 3, we've got Scorbunny. Scorbunny, well, it's a fire bunny. I'm going to be honest, the naming here is extremely blatant. Score for Scorch, bunny for bunny, we get it. Now, somebody did point to this image of Chimchar, and I have seen a lot of memes on the internet already basically going, please don't be firefighting, please don't be firefighting. We don't need another firefighting fire first partner Pokemon like Infernape and Blaziken. You get where I'm going with this. Not my favourite of them, ladies and gentlemen. Cute as you like, and it's an energetic fire bunny. It is described on the official website as a rabbit Pokemon that is always running about, bursting with energy. It's fine. Fine is good. In at number 2, we've got Grookey, a mischievous chimp Pokemon that is full of boundless curiosity. Introduced hitting a stone with a stick. The stick thing that's in his head. It looks like somebody kind of got a monkey and a parrot and mashed them together. It's kind of adorable. And then we see him climbing stuff and ending up right at the top of a chimney at the end of his reveal. He's alright. He's cool. It's not my favourite, but you know, he's alright. And then in at number 1, my pick, hashtags Team Sobble. And look, we did this for Gen 7. I was on hashtag Team Poplio, and even though I was not a fan of the evolutions, Poplio was my boy. All the way through. And I played through Sun, and I played through Moon, and I played through Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, and I just didn't evolve Poplio. And I do not feel sorry. Incidentally, the best of the evolved first partner Pokemon in Gen 7 actually turned out to be Incineroar. So we will get the Stage 1s and Stage 2s revealed in time, as we do. But to go back to Sobble, because this really is all about Sobble right now. It's clearly based on a salamander. This is clearly a salamander. And it's a somewhat timid water lizard Pokemon that shoots out attacks as it hides itself in water. Hides in water, shoots out water. Hides in water, shoots out water. That sounds fine by me, ladies and gentlemen. Although I could see it argued as a newt rather than a salamander, either way, they are amphibians, not lizards. I'd like to see it referred to as a somewhat timid water amphibian Pokemon that shoots out attacks as it hides itself in water. Either way, flat out adorable. And I tend to gravitate to the water first partner Pokemon anyway. Squirtle was my boy back in Gen 1. So yeah, hashtag Team Sobble, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag Team Sobble. And I suppose I should mention that we did have it confirmed that there will be a worldwide simultaneous release in late 2019. It's going to be November, guys, alright? It's going to be November. But yay for worldwide release. We've had that for a couple games. But still, new Pokemon in November. Get psyched. And this is not the last news we're getting about Pokemon this year, incidentally. Don't worry, whatever it is, we'll cover it on the channel. So this is the part of the video where I need to know what you think about this. Are you happy with the location? What do you think about the graphics? To me, they look like a slightly upgraded version of the Let's Go graphics, but I would very much like to know what you think. And of course, and this is very important, I want your ranking of first partner Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield in the comment section. And if you're not hashtag Team Sobble, I am going to want to know why. So, I'm ridiculously excited. I assume you're ridiculously excited. Let's share our excitement together in the comment section. Go nuts! But please do remember the rule, ladies and gentlemen. Be nice, would you? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And of course, do please make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, because that's where we talk about other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.